Hello, I'm R. Kishore Kanna, Assistant Professor from Department of Biomedical Engineering from School of Bioengineering BIST from Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. In this video, I'm going to give lecture on microcontroller in embedded biomedical application. That means in biomedical domain, where the microcontroller is being used, what are the uses, what are the application, what are the needs, what are the demands, what are the circulation and advancement is being made in the biomedical domain by using the microcontroller. So microcontroller is a component which is used to as a control system in biomedical domain. Microcontroller is being widely used in healthcare electronic device and instruments. By using the microprocessor and microcontroller only, all healthcare devices is being constructed, is being developed, is being monitored, and it is being used. People in R&D in biomedical domain will be using microcontroller as a control system in healthcare electronic device. It is widely used to control the processing of the equipment to produce the output without any error or with some higher efficiency when it is being compared with other systems. That is the role of the biomedical domain application of the microcontroller. Microcontroller has been widely used in electronic gadgets for its controlling system property and for its efficiency and for its producing the output without any error. This is known as microcontroller in embedded biomedical applications. Combining two components in together or combining two circuits in together to build it as or to construct it as a separate equipment is known as embed. In biomedical application, many circuits is being composed together to form a single equipment or a single instrument. Multiple circuits is being combined together to form a single equipment or single instrument is known as embedded. So microcontroller is being wisely used in embedded systems which is being composed for biomedical applications. And in this unit we will be seeing about 8051 microcontroller, which is a 16-bit microcontroller which is being widely used in biomedical application for its control system properties, and it has been 16-bit microcontroller which will be having two separate memory for data memory as well as address memory. Because of its allotment for address and data, it is widely used for its fast processing property. Microcontroller types is being classified according to this classification process. So it is being microcontroller is being classified into based on three types: on its bits, on its memory, as well as on its instruction set. According to this classification only, working methodology of microcontroller is being decided in embedded system of the microcontroller in biomedical applications. Okay, next one we are going to see what is the need of microcontroller in biomedical application. I already told where and all electronics is being used. Electronic component is being used to build a equipment or instrument or a device. We need microprocessor as well as a microcontroller as a controlling system. So whatever things is being constructed or developed by using a electronic or electronic products, we will be using the microcontroller, as well as biomedical equipments or healthcare equipments which is used in healthcare domain will be composed completely with microprocessor as well as in microcontroller. But when it comes to the embedded system, it has been completely under the control of microcontroller. Why? Because microcontroller has the ability to control a multiple system at same time. Multiple number of circuits or multiple number of system is being combined together for a single processing unit is known as embedded system. For this property only, microcontroller is being widely used in embedded system in biomedical applications. Biomedical feedback control system. Wherever the microcontroller is being used, it will be used as a control system. Whenever control system is being used, output will be produced smoothly without any error, without any lag, without any corrections. Output will be composed and it will be produced. So whenever the output is being produced, a system which is known as a microcontroller needs a feedback whether it is being produced or not. That is known as biomedical feedback control system. Biomedical feedback is being classified into two types. Biomedical feedback is being classified into two types according to the microcontroller. When it is being properly done with the output, it is known as positive biomedical feedback. Positive feedback. When it is not be done or any kind of error or any kind of lag is being occurred after the usage of a microcontroller in embedded system also, that is known as bio negative feedback or biomedical negative feedback. When it is positive, output is being produced perfectly. When it is negative, output is being produced with error or some sort of problem has been occurred in the output. Output cannot be satisfying its level. That is known as negative biomedical feedback control system. So the control system is being completely designed for bioengineering. For for embedded system only, this microcontroller is being designed. That means combining multiple circuit into a single component to develop a design or to develop a equipment. This embedded system is being used. This embedded biosystem is being done for bioengineering to carry over a major programs. For example, fundamental research, applied research, biopharmaceutical research, and group medicine. To increase the healthcare ability and healthcare efficiency, this embedded bioscience is being introduced for the embedded system. Microcontrollers is being widely used. And next one is biomedical feedback control system. I already told when the component or when a circuit satisfy its level, output satisfy its level, that is known as positive feedback. When it can't satisfy its level, it is known as negative feedback. And now we are going to see how the biomedical feedback control system is being applied in the embedded system. Key role for maintaining efficiency, reliability, profitability for healthcare application in the healthcare industries only. This control, biomedical feedback control system is being mainly used. Delivering more accurate and better overall performance in the face of difficult and changing patient physiological condition. That means having an accurate result when the condition is not suitable for the patient. This embedded system is being mainly used. So this also comes under the biomedical feedback control systems application. Biomedical processes presents challenging problems to the control engineer. That means embedded system which is being developed for serving the healthcare needs and demands will be facing more complexity, more artbacks and more backlogs. By correcting that drawbacks only, we can develop a new embedded bioscience program which can serve the which can serve the healthcare for the betterment and advancement for the patient. By serving the by increasing the healthcare quality, the level of living rate will be increased. For that purpose only, microcontroller is being used in biomedical application. And microcontroller in the embedded biomedical application is being mainly used. Okay, why the microcontroller is in perfect particularly is being used for embedded application? It is reliable, it is small and lightweight. Why? Because it is in small chip like structure and it is lightweight, which is being mainly helpful for portability, where it can be used from one point to another or it can be moved from one point to another. When it is having a complex structure, it can't be done. So where it is small and it is lightweight, it is a very important property why the microcontroller is being used in the embedded biomedical application. And it has a very low power consumption. 8051 microcontroller and generally microcontroller is being having a very low power consumption, which is being considered as the advantage and pros of the microcontroller which is being used for the embedded biomedical application. And it is Microcontroller has been used in wide ranges in biomedical domain, but particularly embedded system is being used for body implants. Body implants means implant means replacing a human organ with some mechanical electromechanical application like embedded system is known as implants. And some features and advantages of microcontroller. They are small and they are flexible. I already told for portability they should be small. When they are flexible they can move from one point to another. Where and all their use is there, they can use it without any difficulties. They can use it. And second point is very important, easy to use. Microcontroller is very easy to use. Why? Because we will be setting some ranges. According to that ranges, it will be controlling the system. If the ranges is being correct, it will be working perfectly without any error. So it is simple to use. And few external components and wires are needed. Connecting circuits needed only few connectivity. There will not be any complexity in the connection of wires. Only power supply will be required, and the embedded system with the circuit will be connected to the microcontroller. That's all. This much wiring will be there in the embedded system microcontroller, which is being connected with the embedded system in biomedical application. And low and ultra power design possible. Very low power consumption will be there. It can also run by using the battery also for continuously for long time period. So no problem in power consumption. And wide range of difficult or different microcontroller will be available. Why? Because microcontroller is being available in wide range. Why? Because it is being helpful in memory, and it has the fast processing of input and output. And its main thing is its likability is speed, and buses will be busy once the input is being given to produce the output, and analog to digital signal conversion also will be taken care of the microcontroller. So microcontroller has the ability to perform to for the advancement in the healthcare applications. For that purpose only, microcontroller is being particularly or mainly used as a component in the embedded system in biomedical engineering and biomedical application. Data interchange using the standard bus system. Data bus and address bus is being used for exchange of data. Once the input is being given, it will be processing, analyzing, and output will be produced. And various peripheral hardware accessible. You can connect multiple component or multiple circuit at same time at the same module in microcontroller. That is the best thing in the microcontroller, why it is being used as a main component in the embedded system. And tool chains of firmware programming and simulation and high level languages can be understood by the 8051 microcontroller. Why? Because microcontroller will be having 40 pins, dual 20 pins. In left side it will be having 20 pins, right side it will be having 20 pins. It will be having ALU, it will be having DPTR, it will be having special register, it will be having program counter. These are the components will be allocating its function. It will be performing their function correctly. So it will be helping and encouraging the speed of the microcontroller to be always on top notch. These are the features and being considered as the advantage of microcontrollers used in the embedded system. 90% of manufactured CPU already done or already prepared CPU will be found in the desktop. But in embedded system, we are growing area of application where we are only initiating the tasks. We are only planning or designing the circuits for the embedded system. So for selecting a CPU will be wearable, and wireless technology will be enhanced, which will be considered as a smart environment, and it will be mainly used in biomems called micro electromechanical system, which will be enhanced in the for providing the betterment in the healthcare devices. So these are the advantages and features of microcontroller, which is being widely used in embedded system. So selection of CPU according to the need and demand of that embedded system is very important. For that purpose only, CPU according to the need or according to the task or according to the output which is being required. After knowing the requirement of the output only, CPU will be selected for bio embedded system. Okay, now we are going to see about some of the example where the microcontroller is being used in biomedical devices. It is being used in body temperature, body pressure, body sugar level detector, like using some sensor and meters. For example, we are using glucometer for finding the blood pressure, sorry, blood sugar level. Okay, within having 2 to 3 drops of sugar, uh, or within the 2 to 3 drops of blood, the sucrose and glucose content in the blood can be determined by using the glucometer. That all the things and all that parameters is being developed by using our microcontroller only. And I already told microcontroller is being widely used in implants and prosthetics. Implants means replacement of organ of human body by using electromechanical electromechanical devices. And prosthetics, where and all prosthetic path is being replaced in the human body, our microcontroller is being widely used. For example, arms, electronic arms, bionic arms, electrical legs, electrical wheelchair. What are the things which is being supporting human by its replacement, or like alternate it has been supporting, means that things has been completely composed with microcontroller. Why? Because microcontroller has the ability to perform the thing which is yet to be designed. If you are designing a thing to be performed, that thing can be performed by the microcontroller. That is the advantage, and that is the real feature of the microcontroller. And it is being widely implanted in many applications, not only in biomedical, where and all people are using electrical and electronic gadgets. Our microcontroller is being widely used for communication, for electrical applications, and for telecommunication or telemedicine application, and for verification, for analyzing, for signal processing, for image processing, where and all things yet to be performed in required time period, microcontroller is being used. And for pacemaker, pacemaker means a component which is being acts as an implant material, which is being implanted in the heart part of the human body for producing the electrical pulse whenever the heart requires. That is known as pacemaker. Pacemaker is being composed of microcontroller. When a heart patient or heart deficiency patient is being placed with the pacemaker, their living validity, or extending their life cycle will be done by using the pacemaker. So pacemaker also is being designed and composed and developed by using our microcontroller. And functional electrostimulation, electrosurgery, then cutting and coagulation by using the electrode. Eating and coagulating is being done by bioelectro to avoid the amount of blood wastage, or blood, to avoid the blood wastage happening during the surgery. This electrostimulation surgery is being done. That electrostimulation products is being developed by using the microcontroller. And orthesis and artificial limbs, people completely change their artificial limbs. Okay, their limbs is being lost, or their limbs is being infected, their limbs is being removed, means they will be replaced they will be replaced by some artificial organ called artificial limbs. For that process, artificial limbs and orthosis and all, microcontroller is being acts as a key component where it will be processing the input and will be supporting the patient for their needs and demands in the daily life. And biosignal acquisition equipment, equipment which is being used for acquiring the human signal. For example, ECG for art waves, or finding determining the heartbeat. EEG for determining the brain waves, alpha, beta, theta, delta. and for EMG for determining the electrical activity of muscle, and for EEOG for determining the electrical activity of eyes, and for EKG same, determining the electrical activity of heart. So for determining the bio signal, that means to determine the electrical activity of human body signal, this microcontroller is being needed in this application. So for biosignal acquisition equipments, each biosignal acquisition, a signal which is being determined from the human body, whatever the signal which is being determined from the human body will be containing some microcontroller to control the signal process for picking signal, processing signal, analyzing signal, and producing the output. For this process, microcontroller is being widely used in biomedical application and devices. And some of the microcontroller based biomedical device and application, and we are seeing in day-to-day life in defibrillator, when it is in a life-threatening moment or a life-losing moment, we will be helping the patient to give the electrical impulse externally. So we will be using defibrillator to provide that electrical current impulse. So for the defibrillator also composed and constructed by using microcontroller. People who are in sports, they will be having some drugs to detect the amount of drugs consumed by the sportsman. Drug detector also is being composed and constructed by using microcontroller. And patient monitoring system, this one is a very important component. Patient monitoring system is a electrical biomedical device or electrical component which is being composed of the microcontroller, which will be monitoring the parameters of human body for long time period. A patient's patient status will be continuously monitored by a system. That system is called patient monitoring system, which has been widely used in healthcare application to know the status, updated current status of the human body. Patient monitoring system will be widely used. That has been composed by using the microcontroller. And biorobots, smart robots, and what the robots which is being used for helping the patients or serving the patients, which is known as smart robot or smart home robots or service robots, will be composed and developed by using microcontroller only, and supported for communication for disabled person. For example, people who can't walk or people who can't move from one point to another will be placed in a smart wheelchair, which has been completely composed and constructed by using a microcontroller. If any alert is being given or any impulse is being given from the patient, it will be alerting the caretaker, or it will be showing us a message to the caretaker, and they will be rectifying that problem for the disabled patient. That process and that device is being composed with the microcontroller. And wireless sensor network, that means ban, body area network. Wherever wireless module, wired module means wired which is being connected to a device is known as wired module. A wireless module means a device which is being working in the wireless technology, which is not connected through a wire, but it is being connected through the network, that is known as wireless sensor network. Wireless sensor network, that means modem, it will be having a transmitter as well as a receiver. Both transmitter and receiver will be having some microcontroller. So this wireless sensor network is being developed, and it is being controlled, and it is being monitored, and it is being developed by also the microcontroller application in the biomedical device. And what are the sensor which is being used to pick up the human body signal is being completely designed and developed by only the microcontroller knows the range, and has the ability to find the accuracy in the human body signal. For that purpose, sensor actuators used in the medical equipment or medical device or medical instrument will be developed by using the microcontroller. This much of example and this much of application is there for the usage of microcontroller in embedded system in biomedical application as well as in biomedical device. And why the microcontroller is being mainly used widely in this medical terms and in healthcare industry is dependability and fault tolerance are the major issues. It has some dependability. It will be depending on the equipments which is yet to be controlled, and it has the issue, or it has the ability to find the mistake which has been occurring in a circuit. For this process, for this property, microcontroller is being widely used in the healthcare applications. And if any failure is being occurred, it should not affect the patient. That is known as fail safe. If failure in a component or if failure in a circuit is been happening, if it affects the patient, that is known as fail safe, and it acts as a drawback. And fault recovery, if anything are being restored or anything is being altered, okay, if any fault is happened, that part is being rectified or recovered, that is known as fault recovery. A fault is been happening in a circuit or a device, that will be changed according to the need and demand without affecting the process. It will be changed for betterment providing of the output. And system will be restricted to work if lot of bugs or if lot of faults has been happening in the microcontroller. So microcontroller will be acting as a control system. It will be responsible for the what are the success of that instrument as well as a failure of that instrument also. So microcontroller will be readily waiting for the thing yet to be processed. If any fault is been happening, that fault will be rectified or it will be replaced by another microcontroller. This is the main thing why the microcontroller has been widely used in the healthcare applications for software as well as hardware part things. And system design and integration for microcontroller is been first. It will be research will be done. Hardware will be selected for the production or development. And once the hardware and software is being developed, and it will be mingled, and it will be done for a modeling purpose or a trial version will be done. After the system modeling is been done, stimulation will be done. And when the stimulation is being done, they will be facing some bugs and drawbacks. After finding the bugs and drawbacks, they will be removing, or they will be recovering, or they will be replacing that components and that bugs. After replacing errors and cons, the system design and integrated part will be developed as a module or a design or a circuit or embedded system. Thank you.